Brett O'Call grew up in Lehigh within a strict, militant family. His father was a raging racist and his mother was a helicopter parent with an alcohol abuse problem. Despite his soft, flamboyant nature and early signs of racism and homosexuality, Brett managed to hide his true self from his father. However, when he was caught giving one of his teachers an Indian tug burn, his father sent him to a Scared Straight program, where he seemingly lost his attraction to men. But secretly, he was living a double life
I'm gonna lick your ass tonight.
as a closeted racist homosexual. During his teenage years, Brett's life spiraled into a series of risky behaviors. He became notorious for his promiscuous encounters with numerous men, an attempt to fill a void that seemed insatiable. Behind closed doors, he grappled with a growing addiction to Mike's Hard Lemonade, a dependency eerily reminiscent of his mother's own struggles with alcohol.
There was a period of time in my life where I did not follow the church. And in that time of my life, I spent a lot of time just goofing around. I mean, I would drink Mike's Hard Lemonade and then I just wouldn't do anything for the entire day.
Brett soon found the Mormon faith, where he could easily conceal his homosexuality while being openly embraced for his racist views. For now, Brett's crippling addiction to Mike's Hard Lemonade was quelled. Carson and Brett had always been mere acquaintances, their lives intersecting only occasionally. But when fate paired them together for their missionary work, a bond began to form.
Brett and I actually have a little bit of a weird history with wrestling. We, on our missions, one time got in trouble during P-Day. Because we were wrestling in the cultural hall at the church, and we had done it several P-Days in a row ever since we became companions. We wrestled every single, every P-Day.
Yeah.
Every time we got a chance, we'd get right down on the floor with each other and start having at it.
It was Carson's passion for wrestling that drew Brett in, creating a connection between the two that would soon lead them down an unexpected and ominous path.
For some reason, as soon as I met Carson, it just, I felt this like competitive flame. Sometimes you get me like flaming because I'm just like, you'll get me mad or you'll pin me or something. And then I'll just get like, so like that competitive spirit. And I just want to like take you down, but like, even when I just see you sometimes, what I like to do is I have to use a little bit, more of a submissive technique where I'm putting someone into submission.
Yeah, but it rarely ever works. Oh, sorry.
Brett was a submission artist, skilled in holds that left his opponents with no choice but to surrender. However, Carson was infamous for his arsenal of wrestling moves that could make any man tap out. His signature moves, like the cock blaster, the rear naked Brett, and the missionary hard-on, were notorious in their elder circles, turning wrestling into something more than just a pastime. It was a means of control and dominance.
Well, but Carson has a lot of power. When you think you've got him pinned, he's got a lot of power that he can just pull out and completely overtake you when you least expect it. So I think a power bottom, I wouldn't define you by that, but I think you definitely have that power bottom in you.
This might sound like flexing, but I know what Brett's talking about. I do this thing where I kind of like, I don't take this the wrong way, where I kind of like want more of a challenge. So I'll let, Brett or whoever get on top. Yeah. I will. Uh-huh. And then right when they least expect it and they think that things are going in their favor, we'll flip over and change positions. And then all of a sudden Brett's, screaming for help. You know what I mean?
After their mission in North Korea, both Carson and Brett got married and had children. But it was evident that their wives were oblivious to their secret love affair. Their bond deepened after they launched their Mormon call-in show. Fans of the show, who knew them personally, could sense they were putting up a charade despite their vehement denials.
That anti-Mormon that posted the temple video is splashing lies that Brett and I have a homosexual relationship that was exacerbated by self-touching.
Carson and Brett were not only involved in self-touching, but also cross-dressing, as they were active members of a local chapter of transvestites. Beyond their participation in a cult-like call-in show, cross-dressing and furry obsession, Brett shared Carson's intense love of chili. He often traveled out of state to join Carson at chili cook-offs. Brett became deeply entangled in Carson's obsession with perfecting brisket chili. Adding his own twisted contribution to the recipe, he concocted a secret sauce, a sinister blend he dubbed Call's Ultimate Mix, or CUM for short. With the call-in show achieving unprecedented success, Carson and Brett were riding high. They expertly concealed their sinister relationship from the public eye, all while dominating chili cook-offs and turning heads at furry conventions with their elaborate costumes. Then disaster struck. One night, while hosting the show alone, Brett appeared on camera in blackface, a move that sparked outrage and was soon labeled by Mormon Talk fans as the incident.
This is something that has been shunned in the past 10 years. Something that has been so looked down upon. And treated so unfairly. Look at me. Look at me now. This is acceptable.
Hey, Carson, this is Steve Jensen from the Deseret News. We saw an episode where Mr. Brett O'Call was wearing blackface. Can you make a comment on that?
No, he was wearing a charcoal mask.
Carson attempted to salvage their tarnished image. Surprisingly, the only outrage came from outside the show. Most of the veteran fans were disturbingly comfortable with Brett revealing his true colors. The controversy, instead of damaging their reputation, attracted new attention, with many of the newcomers fixated on exposing what they believed to be Carson and Brett's hidden relationship. And the scrutiny began to close in on the duo's carefully concealed secrets.
Why do you guys think that we're gay? Why has this unbelievable rumor? I thought it was just going to go away a year and a half ago. I thought it was just going to die out, but it's amplified.
My life has been altered by that, okay? Our wives have both, we've had to sit and explain to them over and over again that internet trolls are just saying zanky things just to try and get a rise out of us, and they've been successful. And then our wives have to deal with, why are they saying that you guys are gay? What would they be going off of? Yeah. And I'll tell you the only thing they're going off of. They're going off of Satan.
Do you know how hard it is to explain to your wife that you are not gay? She
and over?
Yeah. She's come to me, she's like, Brett, why do you only talk to Carson on Snapchat? What's that about? I'm like, I don't know. It just, that's how we communicate. There's nothing there. There's nothing.
Yeah, and it's just lame because these concerns were never concerns with our wives before Mormon Talk.
From this point forward, Carson and Brett's relationship began to unravel. Tensions mounted, and after about a year, Brett abruptly left the show.
Dear Mormon Talk fans, friends, and strangers, due to unforeseen events, longtime Mormon Talk host Brett O'Call will be stepping down from his role in Mormon Talk. Along with all of the Mormon Talk community, we miss this dear soldier for the Lord already.